Web Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Retro Web Podcast. We're your hosts, Alex.
And I'm John.
And we are the Retro Web.
I love when you go big.
So, a lot of stuff has happened since the last time we podcast.
Yeah, this is our, it seems when we take a break, shit happens and people die.
Yeah.
We can't take breaks no more because we keep losing fucking comedians.
Yeah.
First it was Bill Murray, then it was Joan Rivers.
Bill Murray.
I mean,
Robin
right,
Williams.
I'm saying that because I'm looking at a Bill Murray story.
I was going to say, like what?
Yeah, it's my fault. Robin Williams. As I said, I'm looking at a picture of Bill Murray.
Yeah, yeah, at least last time we had a chance to talk about Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Joan Rivers is different because I hated her until I got older and appreciated her.
I honestly didn't really I knew she existed, but she was never really someone on my radar other than the fact that on the red carpet. And the only reason why I know about this is because my wife. Yeah, I have a wife. But red carpet stuff, she would always talk about how models that still looked like freaking twigs were still too fat.
Yeah.
And me being a hefty guy,
being not thin.
yeah, it's wow, I don't want to meet Joan Rivers,
Yeah, but you gotta watch her on the Tonight Show. That's when she's at her best. Just go back and watch her old Tonight Show appearances. She was funny, broad.
Okay.
Especially her last appearance a couple 2 months ago, when she came back to the Tonight Show after 20-something years.
Yeah. And
the stuff she was saying to Jimmy Fallon was just top notch. She talked about getting her vagina pierced with her girlfriend, Bruce Jenner. Very funny bit.
Wow.
Bruce Jenner's a guy, but it's funny. It's good. Well, we took some time off. People died. Nudes broke. We've been busy.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Pulled in some overtime.
Yeah,
so,
me too. An insane amount of overtime. We both have day jobs.
Yeah.
Or I should say afternoon and night jobs.
Yeah, you have an afternoon job and I have an overnight job.
Yeah, and so we've been pulling in I've been doing a 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I left work after 9 tonight. I went in right before 9. 12-hour shifts, crazy stuff.
Usually you're at work while I'm sleeping, and when you get home from work, I'm just waking up to go to work.
Yes, yeah, that's pretty much our lives. But
yeah,
we talk about our work life a lot. Let's get on to what we really love.
What's that? No. I guess one of the biggest things we miss, I don't know if it's a miss, it's just Bill Murray giving his blessing because, they just released Ghostbusters in the theaters again.
Yeah, which I've been wanting to see, and I think I missed it locally.
You missed it locally because we didn't get it.
No, we got it.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we did. We got it locally. I actually had plans to go, and a bunch of things came up at once that I kind of had to deal with.
Right.
I'm not going to go into too much detail.
That's fine.
But, yeah, a bunch of things came up at once I had to deal with, and it was a disappointing day. Because I'm pretty sure it was Labor Day.
Yep, that's when it came out.
To go, and I was not happy. It was one of those. It was. First, it was frustrating. I had too many things to have to worry about.
Right.
It's disappointing. I think that's a good way to put it. But yeah, because I've seen the movie 1,000 times. That's one of those movies I'll watch multiple times in a year. It never gets old to me. And so being able to see it on the big screen, I was like, oh, I got to do this.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Murray gave his blessing to 4 female actresses that take the reign of Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
which, some people, as you can read my Facebook, are not keen to the idea. They think it's just a gimmicky thing.
Yeah, honestly, one of the. I was reading that article you were talking about, and the first three, I'm not sure if I know who any of them are. I know the last one.
Right.
And I don't know if you want to talk about the first three real quick.
Oh, I will. First of all, these ain't confirmed. This is just Bill Murray giving his blessing to them doing it. Another thing, there's only two ways they can go Ghostbusters now that Ramis is dead. Nothing, you just leave it alone, or something completely different. Because let's face fact, if they're going to redo it, reboot it with actors, who are they going to get? They're going to get Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, James Franco, and like Michael Cera.
But honestly, like that's, I don't know. Other than maybe Michael, like I like Michael Cera, but I don't like him that much.
Michael Cera would be good in his Oscar.
Yeah, you know what? I like being kind of clumsy about it. Like I could see him in that. Guy
but do we want to see that movie? Because they're not going to be Peter Venkman. They're not going to be Stantz. They're going to be Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, and Michael Cera. They're going to be them.
Yeah.
Like, it's like either do something like that, which I don't want to see. I got to be honest, as funny as those guys are in good movies they make, I don't want to see them in my Ghostbusters. Or they leave it alone, or they go completely different with it, and that is the way they're going, because they're going to go with 4 females.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, Paul Feig is already doing it. Paul Feig did The Heat and Bridesmaids. He already said, and Bill Murray gave his blessing to 4 females, which I like all 4 females.
So they're all right. See, I obviously haven't read the entire article.
Yeah, they gave it to Paul Feig to work, and he's money. Every movie he makes is money. The Heat, he worked on Freaks and Geeks.
So I know Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, he worked on that. The Heat, Bridesmaids, like that's money. He makes money. And he's a good storyteller. He makes good movies. Like The Heat, I thought was brilliant. It is not. I might get heat for this, but I find female comedies not funny. Why? Because I'm not a female.
Yeah.
But Bridesmaid and The Heat are very funny, very good movies.
See, I haven't seen either of them, so I wouldn't know.
All right.
And I'll probably get some heat for that myself.
No, because why would you? Because you were assuming that they're female movies.
Yeah, well.
They are not. They are raunchy, R-rated, funny comedies. And The Heat with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy is one of the funniest fucking movies I've seen in the last couple of years. The Heat is fucking hilarious. Melissa McCarthy is balls funny in that movie. And Sandra Bullock is amazingly funny in that movie. That is a top-notch comedy.
Yeah.
So Bill Murray's, blessings are for Melissa McCarthy. Again, Bridesmaids, she wasn't, that big in that movie. But The Heat, Identity Theft was really good. Tammy and all her movies are very, very financial successful. They all make money. And she's funny, despite what people think. A lot of people, she just yells and she eats scenery. Yeah, she does. So does, Bill Murray. Did we forget about that? Bill Murray always went big, So did, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill. They're comedians. That's what they do. And Chris Farley was one of the biggest eaters. John Belushi. Let's not forget that. Kristen Wiig. Love Kristen Wiig.
Yeah,
very funny broad.
Another one I don't know much about. I could see she was in Bridesmaids. But that's
SNL. What you got to do with that?
That's why I recognize her a little bit then, because I've probably seen her in SNL.
This is what you have to do though. You have to make Melissa McCarthy the Dan Aykroyd. You have to make Kristen Wiig the Bill Murray type, because Kristen Wiig is very sarcastic, subtle humor. You can't Yeah, I think that would be smarter. I think it would be funnier if she was the Aykroyd and Kristen Wiig was the. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, so I want to make sure I'm getting this straight here, okay?
Yep.
So it's going to be the female version of Ghostbusters.
Yep.
So my question is,
You call it ball busters?
like, when they make jokes like crossing the streams and stuff like that,
it's not going to be as funny.
Yeah, is it going like what is the female alternative?
Never scissor the stream.
So I'm sitting here and like because of Ghostbusters being re-released in theaters, you know, that joke has been brought up a few times in the workplace. It's so now I was just thinking, like, understanding what you were telling me, like, how's a joke like that going to work? You know?
I don't know. They just won't do it. But and then it's Linda Cardinelli. She was Thelma in Scooby-Doo. She was on ER. She'll probably be the Venkman. I mean the Egon. And then Emma Stone.
Emma Stone. I would be okay with her being in any movie in general.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. I think she honestly deserves it. Like I watched Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, so good.
Like.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't. But I couldn't believe it.
Did you get choked up though?
I was just like, what? Like, no. Like, are they really? Because in a movie like that, they never do something like that.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you knew that. Like, you know, she dies.
Spoiler
from
alert.
The comic books.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, spoiler alert.
They totally Josh Whedon that movie. They totally took out a main character.
And then it's like they killed her, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, like
the same way as the comic too.
And you know what? It's like I'm upset only because Emma Stone is no longer going to be in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I was okay with how they ended it, and because it was done well, you know.
Yep.
And
I'm actually
like,
probably I'm gonna buy that tonight at midnight when I get paid. I'm gonna pick up that in Cap too because I gotta watch it again now that you're talking about it.
Yeah. Well, what I want them to do now is recast her as Mary Jane. And I'd be okay with it if they did that. Like she's a great actress. She's funny. You know, every role she plays, she does really well.
Yeah, she's a very good actress.
You know, Zombieland. It was. I think I was sold on Zombieland.
I think everybody in the world, every man in the world, fell in love with her at Zombieland.
Yeah, she. I'd be okay with her being in any movie. Like any movie she's in, like
yep.
I'm more likely to see it. She just happens to be, and it's hard to do that. Like when you're an actress, like it's hard to have that kind of like genuine following, and I feel like her capabilities, especially in her humor, like allow you to she's not. I should phrase it this way. She's not really just like a sex symbol in a film. You watch it for the entertainment factor. You know, it's not. You know, you're not watching it because it's Emma Stone. It's like it's Emma Stone. You know, she.
Yeah.
Like, not only do I not mind looking at her, but she's funny too.
Yeah, I think she's golden. But I don't have a problem with any of those girls. Now my question, just a gimmick. It's just a stupid thing to shoehorn women in it. And now let's go back to what if the original movie was the girls of SNL? Like, what if they cast in Ghostbusters originally instead of the four men? It was like Rita Ratner and all them girls from Saturday Night Live, right?
Yeah.
And then they're rebooting it now with an all-male cast. People still react the same fucking way? No. So why are they reacting because it's women? because I think it's because they're so connected to the movie. Like, don't touch it, don't touch it. Just let it just at this day and age, everything's being remade. Don't be angry, that's fine, but don't assume the movie's just gonna suck off the bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I honestly think like they're gonna have to make it more of a sequel instead of a reboot. I feel like that's
it's gonna have to be very clever if they do all 4 women to do a sequel, considering none of the Ghostbusters were married other than Venkman to Dana, Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
So unless Sigourney Weaver has the company and the other ones are gone and she hires women, that makes sense to me. Like, because I guess there was a script for Ghostbusters 3, and Sigourney Weaver let it slip that Bill Murray was a ghost. So I imagine it that they went their separate ways. Bill Murray had the rights to the Ghostbusters, or they had the business, and Sigourney Weaver got it when he died, and she lets it go, and that's where they're going to pass the torch. If they keep that same thing, a woman will be more likely to sell it to women, or like, you want this business here. You know what I mean? That makes sense. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. I see what you're saying with it. I think what the biggest argument against it is that, statistically speaking, I'm trying to come off as non-sexist as possible right now.
Right.
But male comedians tend to be funnier than female comedians.
No, you're 100% right.
And I definitely say tend to be funnier than female comedians, but that doesn't mean that there aren't funny female comedians. There are a lot of them out there. There's
and I think they have the 4 best.
So with that being said, I think that's where that major argument comes from. Right. That's kind of anti it. I know with something like that, when you're completely changing up like the cast that much, I would, if it's a sequel, I would certainly hope that they're going to bring back whoever they can, at least if it's as a minor background role.
I gotta be honest. I'm not saying this to be insensitive or a prick. We all know how I felt when Ramis died. I was very hurt and sad. But I think in this day and age, what all happened, they have a better shot of getting Ramis in this fucking movie than Bill Murray.
Yeah, and you're probably right.
Because he wants nothing to do with it. He said it a million times. He said it before Ramis died. He said it after. He wants nothing to do with it. He said, clear as day, I want nothing to do with it. It shouldn't be done.
And the worst part about it is that he's the most memorable character.
Ghostbusters wouldn't be what it was without Bill Murray.
Yeah, and
I found something else out too. Why Winston Zeddemore isn't in it as much as he should.
What?
They had originally wrote that for a young man, and that young man turned that movie down, so they cut the part down. That young man was Eddie Murphy.
Oh.
I did not know that. They wrote Winston Zeddemore for Eddie Murphy. He turned it down, so they chopped the part down and gave it to him, Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, Ernie Hudson.
I'm like, you ever think he's kicking us up? No, because he went on to do, I think he did Witcher at the same time, but he wanted to do his own movie, I think. I had to read the article again, but they were doing it around the same time he was doing Beverly Hills Cop, and he turned it down to do Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, well, I'm happy he did Beverly Hills Cop because
right. Well, they're getting ready. They're getting ready to do 4.
Yeah, which is I'm hoping it's good. I hear it's going to be. I hear it's going to be PG-13 though.
No, it's R. Brett Ratner said it's going to be R. Brett Ratner's directing it. That's another thing that's throwing me off.
I don't know. I'm just. It's making me nervous. There's certain directors who
make me nervous.
Yeah, especially when I hear like, movies that should have more to them. Like, it makes me sad knowing that the era of these amazing movies, it's over, and it has to do with the worst thing about it is I love technology, but it's because of technology is why these movies can't be made.
Yeah, exactly.
As well as they used to be. Like the old, adventure flicks, like kid adventure flicks, like Goonies.
Yep.
Monster Squad. It's hard to make a movie like that anymore. Where now it's like, you put those same kids, modern day, in the same scenario. They're all gonna have cell phones. They can call their mom and dad. Hey, guess what? This family, they're all trying to murder us. How about you get the cops down here to help us the frick out?
Yeah, it's hard. Like, you want a challenge in life as an adult? You leave the house tomorrow. I want you to leave your cell phone and your wallet and see how long you go into the whole day. Don't even leave your wallet. Just leave your cell phone.
I want to be able to. Well, I use my phone to let my wife know whenever I'm going to be late home from work, and that's been every day recently.
Yeah, but for 100 years before that, men were able to do that.
Yeah, I know. And
it's so weird how we can't do it.
Yeah, it is. It's weird. And, I really would like to have a day where I don't look at my phone at all. Like, I could just turn it off.
Listen, my phone is off right now. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll tell people. I got F'd in the B by Verizon. I got a new phone. I went up an iPhone. I had the 4S, now I get the 5S, right? So what happened was, I had bought like 1,000 songs in iTunes because I like music and I write to music. You know how I do it.
Yeah.
So if I'm writing songs like, this song go good with the script, I'll go fucking download the song. I don't pirate because it's fucking shitty to do. So I buy the song. So when I got my 5S, the songs didn't transfer. I had to download them individually again. Yeah. So when I was at work, like last week, for 8 hours straight, out of nowhere, my fucking phone downloaded 1,000 songs. I went 6 gigabytes over my data plan.
Holy crap.
At $15 a gig. So I called them, like, I didn't choose to do it. It just did it automatically. They were like, well, sometimes phones do that. And I was like, all right, well, turn my phone off until I get paid, and I'll fucking give you the money. And they're like, you sure? I was like, yeah, because I'm not gonna fucking keep building up data charges.
Yeah,
Turn it off, and I'll pay the fucking, $120 of overage when I get paid. I'm not gonna fucking keep my phone on and the data keep going over and over. And I'm not. No, you're not getting me. So I turned it off, and I've been lost. I've been fucking going out of my mind. It hasn't even been a week, dude. Today's Wednesday. I get paid at midnight. It happened Friday. So Saturday until now, I haven't had a phone, and I've been going nuts.
What's funny about that is I was wondering why you were sending me, like, normally you'll text me.
Yeah.
So I was wondering why you were sending me Facebook messages.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, okay, that's weird, but whatever. He must be just on Facebook. And so I replied, we talk back and forth, and then like we'd be done with our conversation, and then you decide to send me another message again on Facebook. And I'm like, man, I'm wondering why he's not texting me. And then like you sent me that like right earlier today, you sent me the photo.
Yeah.
With your camera equipment stuff.
Yeah.
And I still thought it was weird. That completely explains it all.
Yeah. Because if I didn't do that while I'm at work, like if I check something, it's going to go over the data again. It's going to go over the data.
Yeah.
Because once you go over your data lot, it goes faster. Like your data, like say I check Facebook after I already went over my data plan. When you use your data after you go over data plan, the data goes faster. Because it slows your phone down, so it's got to go through more data to do what you're doing. So from Saturday until now, I wouldn't want another 2 gigs over, and that's another $30. I was like, I'm not falling for that shit. Just suspend my line, and I will pay it when I get paid. I'm not going over any more data. And it's really, really made me think that just pay the $300 to cancel it and just go to unlimited fucking prepaid. Because that shit is shitty, man. Like, they could have, like, okay, we get it. Like, we'll knock off, like, 2 gigs, maybe. It was bullshit. I was not happy, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to yell because I know people who work for, you kind of do. work for call centers, and it's a shitty fucking job to get yelled at all the time.
Yeah,
like you work for the schools, but
I do stuff for the schools, which isn't as bad, but we still get yelled at sometimes.
Right.
Actually, I got yelled at earlier, and then I took control of the call, and like by the end of the call, the guy was like, he apologized for it. He's joking with me and everything.
Yeah,
it's one of those, like, you know, I know what I'm doing, but
I just can't deal with it, man. I was like, you know what, just turn it off and I'll pay when I get paid. Are you sure we can just... No, you're not getting more money out of me. Because it would have been... It was like 160 over, right? Dollars over. And then if I'd have went another 6 days, it probably would have been another $45 over. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, make sure you change the setting on your phone so it doesn't happen again later on.
It's not even on.
I mean, like, after you pay for it and your phone's activated again.
Yeah.
That setting that downloaded that stuff automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it sucks.
It's 8 hours of that shit, dude, just constantly. And there's no, like, hey, this song's done, this song's... Nothing like that.
Wow.
I don't know why I did it. I didn't. It's not like I was at home and I was like, let me download my songs. Nope. It just did it. And I was pissed, dude. Oh.
Yeah.
I was not happy.
So what do you think if we segue onto our top five? Yeah, we normally have a top 10. This week we're doing a top 5.
Because it was very hard to think of 10 fucking movies.
So in honor of back to school season, you know, it's September, you know, kids are going back to school. My job involves me having to talk with schools a lot. So
I work next to a fucking college that makes me want to murder people.
So our top 5 is top 5 movies that kind of revolve around like school or high school stuff. I kind of had to really stretch and figure out my top 5 and doing like a little bit of research to make sure I'm not forgetting like one that might be, you know, better choice than another one. I realized there's a lot of movies that I know I should have seen I haven't seen, and yes, I am ashamed of myself. And secondly, I am still ashamed of myself. So I don't know, do you want to start it off?
I will start it off at my number 5, which is a movie I got into when I was 12, 13, when I started playing street hockey on rollerblades, and this movie came out, and I was hooked because it was about hockey and rollerblading.
I feel like I need to see this movie.
Oh, I have this movie. You need to come over for a bad movie night, and we will watch it. It is called Airborne. It stars...
Wait.
Yes, you know what this is.
Airborne.
Yes.
I feel like I should know.
Let me read you the synopsis, because the synopsis is kind of funny, because they don't even know what the fuck. Mitchell Goosen, a 16/17-year-old kid from California who loves to surf and rollerblade, yet his parents go on vacation, sending him to his aunt and uncle in Cincinnati.
I have seen this.
Yes, I showed you this movie, I believe.
Yes, you did.
It's a surfer kid from California goes to Cincinnati for a whole school year, and he goes to snowy, no surfing, no nothing, and it's a whole school year, and then the snow goes away, he gets his inline skates, and he becomes a awesome hockey player. They have a massive rollerblade race. It stars a very young Seth Green and Jack Black.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like...
Yes. Yes.
Well, man, you did show me this movie. I remember watching it.
It's a good bad movie.
Yeah, I enjoy hockey. Actually, I've been trying to find a good like hockey flick recently, and I've seen
Alaska.
I've seen it.
Oh, it's one of the best.
Times. Yeah, like I'm trying to find one I haven't seen yet that is supposed to be good, and they're just hard to find.
Airborne. Let's see. Good hockey movie. Mystery Alaska, Slapshot, Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, I've seen them all.
I watched Mighty Ducks 3 recently, like in the last week, and Mighty Ducks 3 is a good movie.
Yeah, I think its issue was that it was Mighty Ducks 3 and not its own hockey flick.
Yeah, Mighty Ducks 3 is a good movie. Minus the first 10 minutes when they're doing all that stupid, goofy cartoon noises while they're skating.
Yeah.
But as soon as they're done with that, it becomes an actual good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Airborne, 1993. It's a fun movie. It's about a kid who goes to a school in snow out of California. It's worth a watch.
Yeah, I wish I had thought of that one.
Your turn.
So, all right. So my list, I feel like I kind of cheated at points. So I'm going to apologize now because I was really, really scrounging. So I have as my number 5, and I reserve the right to easily replace any of these except for one, which is my number 1. But my number 5, I'm going to say, is Election.
Ah, it's a good flick. I didn't even think about
it. It is, yeah.
Wow.
I forgot about it
so
for the longest time, and I was like, I have 2. I literally have 2. I need to look up more movies. I can't remember any. And then I saw that. I'm like, oh, wait, that was a good flick.
Yeah.
With Matthew Broderick.
Reese Witherspoon, Chris Pine. Yeah, it's a good flick.
Yeah, it's a good flick. It revolves around school and stuff like that. And
yeah,
that's
a damn good movie.
Yeah, I'm happy with your reaction. I'm happy with the fact that you've actually seen it too.
I actually own that. I bought it recently on Blu-ray. Yeah. It's a good movie. I like it. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna make the wife watch it.
Yeah.
My number 4 is School of Rock with Jack Black. If you wanna be the teacher's pet. That's a good flick.
It's a good flick.
It really is.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that I have touched your children, and I'm pretty sure your children have touched me. I saw that in theaters with my cousin Dave, and I was like, "This is a goddamn good movie."
Yeah, it is. It is a good flick. That's actually in my top 5.
Yeah.
My excuse me. My number 4 is Brick.
Oh, with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, it is. It was as I said, that was another one of the ones where I was just like, oh crap.
That's
oh, hey, look at that! I've seen this, and this happens to be good. Yeah, it's like a modern neo noir kind of.
Yeah,
flick.
It's something to Ryan. It's the guy that did Looper.
Yeah, it's really good. It's an indie flick.
Yeah, it's a very good flick. It's actually it's a real good flick. I should have put that on my list. God damn it! I went for the popular ones. My number 3 is Superbad.
Superbad it's definitely a good one.
Do I even have to go?
I even forgot about Superbad too.
If you don't know Superbad, you are a dumb fuck.
Yeah, well, I know Superbad.
Not you. I'm just saying in general. Yeah, that's a movie. My next movie was my generation Superbad. But this, there's other ones I left off, Porky's and all those, and the Nerds. But it is what it is. But
I forgot about Revenge. See, I thought about Porky's.
Yep.
It's not on my list, but I thought about that one. I forgot about Revenge of the Nerds. See, I knew there was a bunch out there. I just couldn't freaking remember it.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3, and this was one of the 2 I actually thought of, and that's School of Rock.
Yeah, man.
It's right off the top of my head. I was like I knew number 1 right off the bat, because when I told you, hey, let's do this, that's the one I had in mind.
Right.
My number 1, and I knew School of Rock was gonna have to be in there too, because I can watch that movie all day long.
I know. I was gonna watch it today because it's on Netflix now, and I was like, I feel like watching it.
You know what's funny? Last night, it was on TV.
Yep.
I was at work flipping through the channels, and oh look, there it is. I think it was on AMC or something.
Yep. All right, is my number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
That's right. You should let Turtle's boss. My number 2 is the defining movie of my high school experience. This movie came out when I was in 11th grade, going into 12th grade, and is the epitome of teen angst in the 90s, and it is American Pie.
American Pie?
Yep.
I put that on my list while I was thinking about it, And I felt like that was all right. I didn't see it till later on.
Right.
Like after it had been out. Like I didn't see it in theaters. It's one of those like it's hard to watch a movie like that with your parents around.
Yeah, exactly. See, I went to the theaters with a bunch of buddies and cousins. So like that was high school for me. That I was like, wow, these kids, wow, it was one of my favorite movies ever made, just because it came out at the time it did, where I was them.
Yeah.
So that movie, to me, when I think of school, it's that movie, and my number one choice, which we'll get to in a couple minutes. That to me, that's high school. That's the way I was raised, especially number one. But all right, it's on you for your number two.
All right. So this had a lot of scenes inside of a school, but I'm not sure if it qualifies enough. But I guess if Superbad does qualify, then I suppose this should also. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, how did I forget that?
and you know that was I had like I saw that while I was looking up like movies. I'm like, holy crap, how did I not think that? But like,
oh, it's amazing.
It's such a good movie. If you have not seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, pause the podcast.
No, finish the podcast.
All right, finish the podcast. Go watch the movie. Come back to your computer or phone or wherever you're listening to this, iPod, you know, your favorite Android device, whatever. And let us know what you thought of it.
Yeah.
And if it's anything that says that the movie is not amazing,
we will find you.
Yeah. We are trained in a particular set of skills.
Yeah, Liam Neeson them.
Yes. But yeah, it's such a good movie.
It really is. And that movie will never get old because there will always be kids in school that want to take a day off. So that movie will always live on.
Yeah. It's on TV every year. Like the only reason why I've never purchased that movie is because it's on TV every year, multiple times a year.
Yeah, like that movie will never be dated.
Never
be dated. That movie is a classic, will always be a classic, and will always be one of the top films of teen angst ever.
Yeah.
It's just like The Breakfast Club. That will never be dated.
Yeah.
I guess it's my number one.
Yes.
Listen, when it comes to school and movies, there can only be one.
I have a feeling we're both going to say the same thing.
Okay.
But just go for it.
And growing up in my household, my mother, this movie was played on heavy rotation.
Now I'm getting nervous. Maybe we're not thinking the same thing. But, okay, go on.
It starts on the first day of school, and the end of the film is the last day of school. This is the epitome of school movies.
All right, so it's not the same movie, but...
It starts with the kids coming back from school. From summer. They talk about their summer vacation. They go through the whole school year. And the last scene of the film is the last day of school. Thy Name is Grease.
That's a great movie.
That is the school movie. It is about school.
Yes. That is it. That is a great movie.
That's my number one.
All right, my number one. You actually already brought it up.
Superbad?
Breakfast Club.
Oh, yes.
I really enjoy that movie. And all right, so I almost cheated because when I had talked about doing this top 10 with you.
That's what you had in mind.
That's what I had in mind. I was like, I need to talk about Breakfast Club because I just enjoy it. I could sit there and watch it. Over and over and over again. I just enjoy it too much. The worst part about it is that I was going to make my number two an episode of Psych where all they're talking about is John Hughes movies. like I that's all I wanted to do. They're in a high school reunion. They're constantly referencing John Hughes movies.
That's funny.
And so bad, I wanted to do that. I was like, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to surprise Jen. I'm going to cheat.
That would have been cheating.
Yeah, but I decided not to cheat. I chose an actual top 5. But it's I gotta give you the name of the episode.
Yeah, what's the name of it?
I'm looking it up right now. It's such a good episode. The entire time while I'm watching it, I'm just like I just enjoy. Like I can't even talk about it. It's so good. Like I enjoy Psych, and I can watch that all day long.
That's one of the best.
And yeah, but see, Grease is really good, and that's hard to beat too. That is really hard to beat.
Yeah, that's something special. That is our top 5.
Yes, that is our top 5. And I can't find the episode now because I don't remember what it was named. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. But
right.
if you like Psych, it's worth watching the entire 8 seasons of it.
Okay, I'm gonna watch. It's on Netflix now.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
I've seen a lot of it, but I gave up on it because I was like, this is just gonna.
Yeah, they just ended it like earlier this year, like their final season. I enjoy it. I get a kick out of it, and that one episode is probably like my favorite. And
it's a good show, man. I have a new game for us to play.
Okay, what's this game?
It's not really geek knowledge. I just think it would be fun. I like to throw games at Alex every now and then for a few episodes in a row. The last one was I would read or sing theme show music. Yes. This one I want to call Guess the State.
Guess the State?
Yep. Guess the State. I'm going to read you dumb, stupid, and retarded laws from a state, and you must tell me what state they're from.
Okay. This could be fun. I feel like some people are going to get upset with me and my possible opinions.
I don't know how they can get upset with you. You didn't write these bullshit laws. Okay.
Well, the fact that I might be guessing. All right. So.
Okay. You ready for the first one's a doozy? Okay. No hanky-panky allowed in blank. A person who commits any unnatural or lewd act with another person commits a misdemeanor of the 2nd degree. Punishable as provided. It is illegal for unmarried couples to commit lewd acts or live together. Name that state.
I feel like it has to be a Southern or at least Midwest. No, really?
Yep, that's...
Wow. All right, New Jersey.
Close. Connecticut.
Really?
Yeah, Connecticut.
Wow. Yeah, I was way off. Well, right. New Jersey wasn't too bad for I guess once I knew it wasn't Southern or Midwest.
I must tell you that most of these laws are something that happened, and then they had to make a law for it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So this one's going to blow your mind. In blank, it is illegal to take a lion to the movies. So someone brought a lion to the movies, and then he had to make a law saying you can't do that.
I feel like Montana.
Baltimore.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Maryland?
Yeah. Baltimore, Maryland. Someone brought a lion to a movie theater.
You know what? I still believe it. I'm not saying that I have a low opinion of anyone from Baltimore, just to get that out there.
Yeah. It's weird, man. All right, you ready for this one?
Yes.
It is. This is so silly. It is illegal for a tavern owner to serve beer unless a nice kettle of soup is also brewing.
I feel like that could be a northeastern thing.
Oh, you're not far off. Actually, wait. Yeah, you're off.
I am off.
Yeah.
So it's not northeastern.
Nope.
Is it eastern?
Up. It's up.
Canada?
Lower.
So it's not. Is it on the East Coast?
No.
No?
It's in the middle bit on top.
North Dakota.
Neighboring.
Montana? Michigan?
Nope. To the left. Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have like 50 states to choose from. What's funny is that it's for 50 states and I still guess Canada.
It's a state.
All right.
Hey, this one. This is. It is illegal. It is against the law to throw a ball at someone's head for fun.
I don't know. Mississippi.
No. This is a state thing too. This is weird.
Missouri.
Nope. New York.
Really?
Yeah.
New York. We both live in New York, and
I've thrown balls at people's head many a times in life. I should be a felon. Wow, it is illegal to hold more than 2 sessions of bingo per week, and those sessions may not exceed 5 hours each.
Part of me really wants to say Nevada, just for the irony of it.
Yeah, it's not. It's one of the states that have 2 of them. 2 states.
Oh,
up and down.
So it's either North Carolina or South Carolina. North Carolina.
Yep.
I figured it wouldn't necessarily be a Dakota this time.
In blank, it is unlawful for a woman to appear in public while unshaven. This includes legs and face.
That was okay. Is that? I don't know, like Nevada because they have showgirls.
No.
What an absurd law.
It is.
But really funny. I part of me wishes it was New York.
Ohio.
Ohio, really?
Yeah, and also in Youngstown, Ohio, it is illegal for you to run out of gas.
That's also funny.
Okay, this is the strangest shit I've ever read in my life. It is illegal to have a sleeping donkey in your bathtub after 7 p.m.
Is that like New Mexico?
Oklahoma.
I figured it was somewhere around there.
That is really... Wow. It is unlawful for a minor under the age of 18 to play a pinball machine.
Wow.
Think about the one you just said a couple minutes ago, but up.
No, it wouldn't be Arizona then if it was up.
No, the state you got right last time, but up.
Oh, Georgia?
South Carolina.
Oh, you said up.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know much. I don't know anything.
Well, if the answer was North Carolina, all right, on the first one, and the answer for this one, South Carolina, when you tell me up, I think north.
Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, it's my fault. You get a point for that. All right, this one is weird. This is a liberal big state, too. Think movies when I tell you this one. In
California.
blank, in blank, it is illegal to bathe 2 babies at the same time in the same tub.
So it is California.
Yep.
My next guess would have been Michigan because that's another big film state.
Blank water laws prohibit the use of rain barrels or any method to catch rain for use.
Is that also California?
Nope. That they claim the rain has already been legally. Wow. This is real. This was passed in June 2009. They feel that the rain is free. You shouldn't have it. It is illegal to catch rain in barrels or any other use to catch rain.
Like, so if you catch it, it's like poaching or something?
Yeah, pretty much. This June 2009, they eradicated this law. Oh, it's no longer. Why is it on here then? Huh. It was Colorado, but
okay.
They eradicated it. I'm sorry.
That's weird.
A state law requires that a man's female companion shall call him master while out on a date. This law does not apply to married couples.
Darn it.
John Hughes. Think John Hughes.
John Hughes.
All his movies are filmed where?
I know this. Give me a second.
Okay. I hear that mouse clicking.
No, I'm trying really hard not to look it up. Okay.
Okay.
I know this. John Hughes. Well, I can't. I keep think. I know where Richard Kelly filmed one of his movies, and that's all I can think of now. Well, it's supposed to represent Vermont, but he actually shot it somewhere on the West Coast, I believe. Oh my God, why can't I remember this? All right, tell me, what is it?
Illinois.
Chicago. Illinois.
Yeah.
I knew that. Obviously, I didn't, but I knew it. All right, give me one more.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go with a big one. Ooh. Okay. In blank, it is unlawful for any person to carry on, conduct, or maintain any marathon dancing or marathon walking. So you can't, like, let's go dance for 9 hours. We're breaking the law.
So, all right. Can you give me clues? North, south, east, west?
You said this for the bingo one out of irony.
Nevada?
Yeah.
That's
their excuse is because it gets really hot.
That's funny.
That's
like there are a couple I knew, like from about like certain states here or there.
Right.
Like I know in Massachusetts, I think it's illegal to walk through like Quincy Market without a rifle due to the threat of bears.
Yeah.
But Quincy Market's right in the middle of the city. There's no bears there now.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
This is another New York one. A license must be purchased before hanging clothes on the clothesline.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
In Carmel, New York, a man cannot be seen in public while wearing a jacket and pants that do not match.
That's funny.
That's the gay town. That jacket does not go with that pants on it.
So I think.
Hey, this is actually a good law. I approve this law.
What?
In Staten Island, it is illegal for a father to call his son faggot or queer in an effort to curb girly behavior.
No, the only reason why you think that's a good law is because that's all your dad calls you.
Yeah, he does. Hey, little pole smoker. A little pickle kisser. Poo pusher.
Yeah. Well, I think we're just about out of time.
Are we? That was a quick. Oh my God, we are over by 5 minutes.
So
I'm gonna think of a new game for next week.
All right. All right, sounds good. So don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/theretrowave. Find us on iTunes. Subscribe to us there for the podcast, obviously. And follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter.
Yep. I'm at Alex Jonick. John is at John Davern.
JOHNDAVERN. I can spell my own name, motherfucker. That's worth a follow. That's worth a follow in my book.
And now, well, because of the system we use for our podcast, you should be able to listen to us on any Android device on top of your Apple iPod devices. So don't forget to subscribe to us through there with our podcast feed we have going on.
Yes.
And I think I got everything right. Am I forget something?
You did not, sir.
All right. Oh, and just go to the website, youtube.com. Wow, not YouTube.
Retrowave.com.
Oh, yeah, theretrowave.com.
It's late. You worked a 12-hour shift. You're fine.
Oh, I worked like 3 12-hour shifts.
Oh.
But yeah, that's it for this week. Thank you for listening.
I want to go out with one thing.
Yes.
In Tennessee, you must believe in God to be elected into office. That's a law. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to put that out there. In Tennessee, you cannot be put into office. Government, if you do not believe in God.
Huh. Well, God-fearing men tend to
make horrible decisions based on beliefs. But yeah, that's an awesome decision. All right.
Well, after we've just offended, our
what?
our religious.
I don't think we have a lot of Republicans that listen to our show. State officials, I mean.
Well, that's it for this week.
I just thought it was a weird law because it's church and state and stuff.
Yeah, is supposed to be such a separation between church and state, which I do agree with a lot of things.
But they didn't believe in that in Footloose, goddammit. That whole movie was anti-church and state. They made state laws based on church. Fuck you, John Lithgow. Red wanted to dance. He wanted to dance. He wanted to dance.
We have like the weirdest ending to this one.
That would have been a good movie for the fucking list.
Yeah.
God, I got a good Footloose. That's the only part I can sing. Every other part. God, I got a good Footloose. All right, I'm about to go dance now.
All right, yeah, you go dance. I'm going to go to bed.
I just got out of bed and it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm effed for the day. I think I'm going to do some filming for the YouTube page.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this stuff. Well, thanks for listening once again. We are your hosts, Alex.
And I'm John.
And thank you for visiting the Retro
Now,
Lab.
go cut Footloose.